Hey, I'm sure everyone has seen what happened on the show tonight. I just wanted to address one quick thing. As you may have seen, Ryan was asked to leave the show, and we have put out a statement saying that he's not welcome back on our air. There is a line here on this program, and it was crossed. But I want to be clear as well that we did not ask Mehdi to not come back. In fact, we really wanted him to come back and finish the show. We had a lot to talk to him about. And we really hope that he'll join us again soon. But for those of you who are wondering why he did not come back, I just want to be super clear that that was not in any way because we didn't want him back at all. And I won't speak for him, but I just wanted to make sure that you all knew that that was not what happened there.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We got to talk about probably one of the most explosive CNN panels that I've ever seen in my life that took place on Abby Phillips's show. Now, we've covered this show a whole lot before in the past because they have panel discussions and debates, and I've been highly critical of this show primarily because of the so-called moderator, Abby Phillip, and her inability to actually moderate her own show in a way that is fair and neutral. So as a result, you had this conflict happen on the network that resulted in a conservative, Ryan Girdusky, getting banned from the network after he went off on Mehdi Hasan, who was just calling Trump Hitler, basically trying to justify the left calling Trump supporters Nazis, okay? And Ryan Girdusky goes off on him and says something that he probably should not have said on national television, and that resulted in him being kicked off of the show. And I want to talk about it because this reveals the hypocrisy of the left and the double standards that the left has in the media when it comes to being able to say anything at all about Trump supporters or Trump or Republicans, but as soon as you give the left a taste of their own medicine, now they want to boo-hoo, whine, and cry. They want to wave the white flag, and they want to cry victim, which is exactly what happened in this exchange. So I want to talk about it, but before we get into it, we have to have a word from the sponsor of this video, Noble Gold. Are you worried about the future of the U.S. economy? With so much uncertainty in the air, it is natural to fret about the security of your retirement savings. However, there's one asset that stands the test of time, and that is gold. For centuries, gold has been a hedge against market volatility and economic instability. With a gold IRA from Noble Gold Investments, you can harness the power of precious metals in order to secure your financial future. By rolling over your existing IRA or 401k into a self-directed gold IRA, you can enjoy the potential for long-term growth and stability. Diversify your portfolio with a tangible asset that has real value. Setting up a gold IRA with Noble Gold Investments has never been easier with its streamlined process and expert guidance. This election year, do not let the volatility and uncertainty keep you up at night. Vote for the timeless safety of gold and silver in 2024. And Noble Gold Investments will give you up to 10 1-ounce silver Trump coins or a 10-ounce silver American flag bar if you open a qualified account. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com now. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. And just remember, there's a risk with every investment and there's no guarantee of any kind.
Emotions are very high. We're 8 days out from the election, right? No question about it. I don't think either side is innocent of inflammatory rhetoric, for sure. I mean, look what's happened. I don't think the president could have expected not to do this massive rally, which quite frankly was historic. Came out there and the media is just, oh, you know, he's a Nazi, it's Hitler, and all this crazy stuff that they were saying. So I think in many respects that rhetoric is much worse than what you just played there.
Just to be clear, Hitler has entered the conversation because his chief of staff said that Trump, not the media, but Trump was the one who brought up Hitler.
And
in
5
private.
people who were there said it didn't.
Okay,
happen.
exactly.
Hitler,
You're mixing anecdotes. That's not what happened.
Actually, Hitler entered the conversation because his running mate actually compared him to Hitler.
Well,
That's when it actually entered the conversation years ago. No. That's how we brought Hitler into this conversation, because the person that Donald Trump picked to be his running mate compared him to Hitler. And then he changed his mind. Fine, change your mind. But then somebody else verified.
We played the clips, right?
Okay, but the media
said all of those things.
The media did not just say that Trump was Hitler. The media was saying that everyone who attended was Hitler. The reason yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Over and over. They call them anyone who attends.
Hang on just a second.
Are Nazis, fascists,
hang on just one second, okay? Because it's the hyperbole that's getting me. You said the media called everyone who attended that rally Hitler?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Okay,
They
so
said
when
if
we're
you attend that rally, you are a fascist.
Okay.
That is what they said.
Well, let's talk about this table right here.
Okay, I don't know what everyone said yesterday. I wasn't on all your Twitter
accounts. I didn't say anything.
Okay.
Ryan.
I just watched
that did not happen.
Yes, it did.
And waiting for people like you to maybe say something
it 100% happened.
You didn't even get through all the clips. There was still Tucker Carlson doing replacement. Don Jr. did replacement. And then Trump himself turned up and talked about invading and occupying our country, which is the language of the far right. He talked about enemy of the people, which is Joseph Goebbels. He talked about enemy of the enemy within, which is literally Hitler. I mean, these are my problem is, I get it. Nobody wants to be called Nazis. It's very inflammatory. But if you don't want to be called Nazis, stop doing.
You're called an anti-Semite more than anyone else's table.
Yeah.
And people would sit there and by me. I never called you an anti-Semite. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying
I'm a supporter of the Palestinians, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. The thing is that
you just say I should die?
You should not.
No,
did you just say I should be killed?
No, I did not say that. No, I did not say that.
Hold on.
Did your guest just say I should be killed on live TV?
I said I hope you
don't. Let me just stop.
You said you hope my beeper doesn't go off.
Because you said I'm a supporter
of the Palestinians.
Hamas?
Guys, let me stop.
Palestinians.
Are you?
Am I what? No, of course I'm not.
Palestinians
I apologize.
Are you a racist, violent person inciting violence against me?
Ryan.
That's disgusting.
That is completely.
I apologize.
Good job, CNN. Let's have first block say the Muslim guy should be blown up.
I apologize.
On TV.
Don't say then I apologize. You literally.
I thought you said Hamas.
You didn't think I said Hamas. I said I supported
Yes,
Palestinian
yes,
rights.
I did.
Why? Because when you hear
What's funny
Palestinian,
is Rudy Giuliani said this yesterday, so you're a great guest to be here to defend Rudy Giuliani.
I wasn't going to entertain nonsense today, and so at this point,
this is what we're in now. This is America in 2024.
Here's what I will say.
Forget the racism.
That's right.
It's I should die.
Right.
I didn't say that. You
said, what does beeper mean? Don't give me your fake ignorance.
I did not say you should die.
Why did you say with my beeper?
So what did you mean?
What did you mean by the beeper? What did you mean by the beeper? No, you didn't. You said, I hope your beeper doesn't go off.
Ryan, stop talking.
At least have the guts to support your racist comment.
Hang on. I'm so sorry.
Let her bring it back.
This is why yesterday's rally was disgusting.
Don't call us Nazis, but I'm going to threaten the brown guy as a terrorist and kill him.
Because I didn't ever say Donald Trump was Hitler. Man. But do you know who stood on a stage yesterday and said, I want to come to the Nazi rally? I don't have to make up words and call you something. You're saying it for yourself. And what you just said
Kamala Harris is a pimp.
Apologize, but I will tell you, I don't accept that apology, and you didn't even say it to me.
I didn't say it to
you. That was
you.
disgusting. But I can be offended when you don't even say it to me. I'm not Puerto Rican, but I was offended by what he said yesterday. And I'm offended that the former president and potentially future president would allow it and go for 12 hours and not say, I don't care. Because you know what? When Kamala Harris put out statements about switching up opinions, it wasn't good enough for Republicans.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you said it.
Why don't you take this back a little bit and let her take the show?
You know what? No, listen.
You're kind of monopolizing her show.
No. Hold on one second.
Because I'm surprised you wouldn't even say what he just said.
We have a lot of.
Hang
on a second. We have a lot of heated conversations on this show. That is
Let
true.
her take it back.
But one of the things that I do not appreciate is when we cross the line. Okay? I don't appreciate that.
I apologize.
And
I
appreciate the apology, but I don't want a conditional apology for saying something that is completely. It is not civil in the slightest.
I misheard what he said.
Okay?
I thought he said Hamas.
There are lines here.
Yeah, I went on CNN and said I support Hamas. What kind of idiots do you take us for?
We got to stop this
That's a ridiculous thing
We
to say.
have to stop this stuff, okay? We're going to go to the break now.
Wow. You seen that, you heard that. So I want you guys to understand, according to CNN and their standards, it's totally fine and okay for their panelists, who are liberals, to basically claim that Trump supporters are Nazi supporters, which, by the way, I love how Abby Phillip is now debating, right? She's one of the panelists, and she's debating as a so-called journalist and a neutral moderator, right? I mean, you guys see how this show has just become a complete and total disaster, right? She's now debating, okay? Defending the left, okay? Actively on the team of the Democrats, right? And again, this is why this show has become a shit show, right? This is why, because the moderator is not good, right? She's not doing her job, okay? The moderator is now one of the panelists, so there is no moderator. So again, this is why the show has become what it has become. But anyways, Abby Phillip basically tried to claim that it's hyperbole to claim that the media is saying that the Trump supporters who go to the rallies are Nazis, right? When that's not hyperbole at all. When you call a rally a Nazi rally before anything was actually said at the rally, okay? They were saying this before anything was said. Well, what does that say about the supporters just using simple logic? What that says about the supporters is that at the very least, you're saying that the people who went to the rally who support Trump are Nazi sympathizers, if not just flat out Nazis, okay? She's been extremely intellectually dishonest, and she is the reason why this show has devolved into the Jerry Springer show of politics. She's the reason. She's the reason. Now, Mehdi Hasan was just sitting there justifying why it's okay to call Trump Hitler, to call Trump supporters Nazis. That is what he was doing. He was sitting there justifying it, calling Trump Hitler and justifying it on national television. But that doesn't cross the line, though. That's not too much. That's totally fine. That's totally okay. But when Ryan Girdusky then responds by essentially implying that Mehdi Hasan could be a terrorist because of his support for the Palestinians, oh, that's a line crosser. Oh, he crossed the line. Oh, that's too much. You went too far. Oh, man, my feelings are hurt. You threatened my life, which, by the way, that was not a threat. Okay, let's be 100 here. That was not a threat. But you see how these people act? You see how these people on the left act? When they get a taste of their own medicine, okay, the first thing they want to do is they want to boohoo, whine, and cry and claim that you threatened them. Even though that clearly was not a threat. The dude was just basically saying that, hey, you know, you are a supporter of Hamas, right? That's essentially what he said he thought that he said, okay? Now, again, I'm not sure how you can say that claiming that Trump supporters are Nazis or Nazi sympathizers and that Trump is Hitler. I'm not sure how you can say that that's not crossing the line, but implying that a liberal is a terrorist, oh, well, that's crossing the line. How does that work? Because Nazis, along with Hitler, they killed millions and millions and millions of Jews, okay? Committed some of the most heinous acts that we've ever seen in history against a group of people. Straight up genocide. That's not something that Trump has done. That's not something that any Trump supporter has done. That's not something that anybody in this country has come close to. But yet it's fine to claim that Trump supporters are Nazi sympathizers and that Trump himself is Hitler. But again, that's not a line crosser. That's not out of bounds. But yet to imply that a guy who, you know, has made very inflammatory comments about non-Muslims in the past, to imply that he's a terrorist on national television, that in and of itself, that is a line crosser, right? Oh, that's too far. You guys see the double standard here, right? The double standard is on full display. There's a reason why the clip that's floating around on the internet of this exchange, it doesn't include the full context. I included the full context so people could see exactly what led up to Ryan Girdusky saying that. Now, I'm not justifying him saying it, okay? I'm not justifying him saying it at all, okay? I'm just saying that if what he said was wrong, okay, if what he said was wrong, then what Mehdi Hasan said was wrong. The fact that Abby Phillip doesn't call out Mehdi Hasan for essentially trying to justify calling Trump supporters Nazis and calling Trump Hitler, the fact that she doesn't call it out, the fact that she doesn't see that as out of bounds, again, it shows you how biased the media is. And again, this is the same network that will claim that we're not biased. We don't support Democrats. Democrats would say that we're not biased towards them. Well, again, you're sitting here watching this show in which the journalist, the moderator, is supposed to be neutral, but she's just straight up one of the panelists. She might as well get up out of the journalist chair. Get out of that chair and give it to somebody else and go be on the panel, because clearly that's what she wants to do. You want to debate on behalf of the Democrats. And then you have Ryan Girdusky apologizing, basically begging for forgiveness on television. And the liberals told him to his face, nah, we don't accept your apology. And this is why you shouldn't apologize. This is why you shouldn't apologize. This is exactly why I tell you guys, never bend the knee to these people. Do not apologize, because it doesn't matter. If you apologize, they're essentially going to take that as a sign of weakness. They're going to say, oh, yeah, you're admitting that you're wrong, that you are racist, that you did say something wrong, and then they're going to reject it. And then they're going to ban you from the network, which is what they did to Ryan Girdusky. Dude is banned from CNN. His television career is over, right? It's over. At least on liberal media, it's over because of what he just said. There is no forgiveness. There is no forgiveness from the left. They do not forgive, and they do not forget. And you see it play out right here. It happened right here. You see the double standard. If a conservative crosses the line, a line that does not exist for liberals, they can say whatever the hell they want. Doesn't matter, okay? Doesn't matter. We've seen it. They say whatever they want on MSNBC and CNN, okay? Doesn't matter. But if a conservative, though, crosses that line and they apologize for crossing the line, the apology will not be accepted. They will be kicked off the network, and then they will be smeared as racist, right? And blackballed from liberal media for the rest of their careers. That's what happens to you as a conservative. And this is why the conservatives should boycott Abby Phillips' show. I'm so serious. It should be, the conservatives should boycott. No conservative should go on that show anymore. They shouldn't go on the show. Because the show in and of itself is already biased against conservatives. It's biased against Trump supporters. It's not fair and balanced. And clearly conservatives are being held to a different standard, right, than the liberals. Liberals can say whatever the hell they want and it doesn't matter. But as a conservative, though, you gotta watch your talk, right? And that creates an arena, a playing field that's just not good for a conservative, like from a risk perspective, right? If you are conservative and you go on that show, you potentially could be putting your career at risk, right? So why even take the risk of going on the show at all? Because you can't fight fair, right? You can't fight fire with fire. Clearly, you just saw, right? Like, no, you can't give the liberals a taste of their own medicine, okay? You can't use the same type of rhetoric that the liberals use against you. No, you can't do that. Because if you do that, then, again, you get kicked off. So again, it's already unfair. The moderator's biased. What is the point of conservatives going on the show? There's no, I mean, at this point, they might as well just stay away from it. It's Jerry Springer at this point. It's Jerry Springer. And it's not really helping, right? It's not, because what's going to happen is that now the Kamala campaign is going to blow this up. They're going to connect Ryan Girdusky to J.D. Vance, to Trump. They're going to say, see, here's another Trump supporter saying something racist. They're all racist. That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. So, I mean, at this point, there really is nothing good that can come out of conservatives or Republicans going on her show, specifically Abby Phillips' show. I mean, let's be honest. There's really nothing good that can come out of conservatives going on CNN and MSNBC or any of these platforms leading up to the election. Let's keep it all the way 100. Because at this point, they're going to say whatever they want to say. It doesn't matter what conservatives go on the network and say. Okay, it doesn't matter how much the conservatives school the anchors and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. Their audience is largely left-wing, and they've already got their minds made up that they want to interfere in the election on behalf of Kamala Harris, right? They want to try to sway the outcome of the election in favor of Kamala Harris. They're hell-bent on trying to get Kamala Harris elected. So at this point, conservatives being on show, it's just a liability. It's just a liability. Because if you slip up and you say something, then again, they're going to use it to try to hurt the Trump campaign as a whole. And that's why I just think that conservatives should be boycotting these shows. They should be boycotting these networks. They should just avoid going to these networks leading up into the election. Because clearly, again, they're setting up conservatives to try to undermine the Trump campaign. And that is what's happening here. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.